Welcome to the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. This is going to be an episode that we put together just to show you some of the goodies that you can get at some of these shows. This one's called The Big One. It's in the UK. It is actually one of the biggest ones. I think it might be the biggest one, I don't know. But lots of guys turn up there. Thousands and thousands of guys go to this show to see what's new on the tackle. They want to buy stuff as well, and they want to talk. And they come on our stand to talk, but we weren't interested in the new tackle, were we, Mike?
No, we weren't. We actually had some incredible gifts. Firstly, just a shout out to our patrons. We had quite a few patrons come up to us and just say hi, and it's great. It was great to meet some of the patrons, so big shout out to them. If you are interested in Patreon, by the way, guys, we do monthly Q&A videos there, really exclusively for the patrons, isn't it? Really?
I guess, yeah.
It's a bit more of a personal Q&A where we answer individual questions. But I'll pop a link in the description to all that if you're interested. But yeah, we didn't actually spend any money on any tackle at the show because we got given so many gifts by people.
Yeah.
Which was incredible.
So let's show you some of the things we did get. Starting with this one. Now, I had to write this down. You want that?
So,
you show this
yeah,
to the camera?
I'll show it to the camera.
I thought it was a brown felt pen. It's a little bit more than a brown felt pen, so Mike tells me.
It is, yeah. It's very, very cool. It's a cart, basically. And this is a coaster. So it's what you put your tea over here in England, tea and coffee.
Could be coffee.
Yeah, so what you put your tea on, so you don't stain the table. So this was given to us by a fan, and it's called pyrography, I believe.
I can't spell it. He can say it.
I want to say it's called pyrography, and what that is it's like a heated. It's almost like a heated, like a soldering iron almost, and he's detailed that. I think he drew it in pencil first, and then he's detailed it in with a pyrography. Well, pen, I guess they're called.
Solder?
Yeah, solder, and he's heated it into that. It's like burning. It's pyro. Pyro meaning fire, I think. So.
Oh, we're into that.
Yeah, so
especially at TAOUTDOORS.
We are. So thanks so much for that. That's really good. Dad was something different for sure.
No name, gentlemen didn't leave us a name, but we appreciate anything we get.
Thank you so much.
We should have asked what the name of the gentleman was, but you can see really good detail on that. Something different and exclusive.
So I was given two items, kind of personally, actually. This was, I believe, from a boy called Toby.
Toby Moore?
Toby Moore.
The filleting knife.
Who sent me a filleting knife, which he's handmade. And Toby's only a young teenager. He's handmade that with the handle and the pin and everything.
Stitched it.
And I think he even found the piece of metal in a scrapyard or something like that. Bit of scrap metal, which he's basically shaped together there to look like a filleting knife, which is absolutely awesome. So Toby, thanks so much, man.
And hand stitched on the case.
Yeah, he's hand stitched a little denim kind of cover for the filleting knife there. So that's really cool.
His mum doesn't yet know that he's cut up his clothing to make.
Yeah, he's now walking around with half a pair of jeans or something. But thanks so much, Toby. Really appreciate it.
Toby, thank you.
Nice and sharp. So we look forward to hopefully trying to give that a go.
We're going to cut something with it.
We'll cut something, yeah. The other gift I got, Peter sent me this Hobo reel. Now, I was going to do these unboxings on TA Outdoors, but because we're doing a TA fishing unboxing, and I actually thought I'd bring these along, and they're fishing related, really, so they're a bit more suited to TA fishing. So, yeah, Peter sent me this. If you can see that will focus. And what that is a Hobo fishing reel. A Hobo fishing reel is essentially a very cheap hand line. It's a hand line, so it's hand fishing. You have to be aware of freshwater fishing with a hand line and laws and everything in the UK, but sea fishing, I believe you are fine. So it's got some nice fluorescent tape on there so that I can find it nice and easily, which, let's face it, we both lose things. It's got a paracord lanyard, and inside, I'll just come around and show you. Yeah. So inside here, we have some fishing floats. There's even small tins, and he's got bright orange tape on everything so I can see what it is, basically, because I would be able to lose it. And in this small tin, those small tins are storage tins for things like leads, I believe.
Hooks.
Yeah, leads, hooks, small sort of sinkers and things like that. And a load of other floats as well. I've never seen those before. Guys, do you know suggestions on a postcard? What do we think these are? I'm not too sure. But they're lovely little floats as well. 3AA and some stick floats.
Yeah, like survival fishing.
It is, and it all fits into this little kind of recycled plastic container. So thanks so much, Peter, for that. That's really, really cool.
This is Dan Norris from Guildford in Surrey, and he made some plastic homemade shads.
So he's actually
moulded these himself.
He's moulded them. I'll come up to the camera and show a few of them.
These won't last long in Ireland, guys. When we go over there, the pollock will annihilate them.
Let's just show a nice bright colour, that pink. There we go. If you guys can see that, hopefully it will focus. There we go. And that's a nice shad. That for me, that's screaming perch, Dad. I know you're saying pollock.
Yeah.
But that's got perch written all over it. Nice sort of Texas rig style, probably. Just a little jig head straight up.
That flat area is for Texas rigging the hook, isn't it?
It is for, yeah. And actually, has he even got the slot? No. Yeah, there might even be a little in-groove or indent in the top there where we can Texas rig these lures and fish them weedless. So thanks so much. That's another really cool. And he's given us a whole bag of them. So thanks so much. That's really kind of you. We have to write everything down here, guys. All the time we have to write things down.
Oh yeah, the two lads from Ireland. Those two, you read those out.
Oh yeah, the two boys. So we had two boys and one of their mum. I think they drove over. No, they flew. Did they? They flew over because they
drive over in a plane. No.
They couldn't get these back. So sadly, they got given they got given these or they won these at a ticket raffle.
They won a raffle
at the show, and they weren't allowed to take them back on the plane, which is a shame. But they kindly donated these buckets, and I can tell you now that Dad, you will be. Certainly,
we're filling them up with chum or ground bait or something.
So thank you so much.
Nice bucket. So
Kyle Murphy and Nathan Williams from Ireland. Thanks so much, boys, for the buckets.
Sure they are. And you know what? It's nearly emerald green as well. Now, somebody called Spinner G came up to us and has taken a lot of trouble to make these up. These are customised, handmade, exclusive, only one of each made. Spinners, various spinners, and he specialises in it. Is that his site called Spinner G?
So he's on Facebook called the Spinner G, and these are all handmade.
He's in France.
He's based in France. They're all handmade, and if you look, they've got a lovely vintage look to them, like some of the old school spinners, aren't they?
Some of the old pictures, yeah.
But there's so much detail, and he gets them from old vintage and antique stores. He gets these beads and everything, and he collects them from around Europe, I think. Some incredible ones there.
This one shows you a Devon minnow, and what looks like a sort of giant Meps design there. But I mean, they're really.
And he's put the weight. This one's 25 grams. He's drilled and punched holes in the actual kind of spoon there. And this one, I just want to show you this why it's so unique, because he's actually got the letters TAF just here. Hopefully you can see that if I spin it round. Let me spin it round first, because that's really unique.
And his Facebook is called Spinner G. He's got it written on the back.
Spinner G on Facebook. There we go. So look at this, a custom lure. None in the world I've seen like this, with the letters TAF, which is really cool. So that's a very cool, very kind gift. So thanks so much for that.
They're going to be tied on very strong line. We don't intend losing them.
Yeah, you don't want to lose these.
Now, another gentleman came up to us, and he loved watching the show. Great for beginners, and he said, "This is a tub of goodies given to poor Graham." Poor Graham, who always uses old tackle and catches old fish on old tackle because he's an old guy. So I really appreciate this. Mind you, it does sound warning hazardous, so goodness knows what's in there. But we have had a little peep.
We have.
There's some weird ass stuff in here, guys.
It's very
unique. It's homemade.
It's very unique.
It was given to us by Frank Ballard. So I'm going to put them all out here. Mike will come around with the camera,
and we're going to go through them.
We'll go through them. This is a lot of stuff. Look, guys, that is the bucket of fishing goodies to end all fishermen's dreams. There are some weird feeders which I've never seen the like of these box feeders before. I don't know whether they're homemade or what, because they're boxed at the end there. They don't pop out, but a funny shaped feeder there. But these are the ones I love. Oh man, I'm going to use these in a feature, and I am 100% catching fish on these. Look what he's made them out of.
I've never seen something like this before.
That's a practice golf ball.
So they're practice balls for golf. Those of you golfers out there, when you're practicing or you're a beginner, this is the plastic practice golf balls that you get.
Yeah, there. He's cut them in half like this perfectly. It looks like he's got a weight in there as well. Give you a bit of weight. And I'm going to say it looks like a pen refill or something like that. It probably isn't, but that's the line, where you put your line through in a tube. So, and then, of course, you just squeeze, you just mould your ground bait around that. I'm 100% going to be using these.
It's kind of like a method feeder.
Well, no, because I think these white ones, we go to places like, I don't know, Watmore, those sort of places, or any commercial carp water. They know what white is. People use bread. So I figure when this goes in with ground bait around it, they're going to associate that with a big piece of bread on the bottom, laying like this. It could be either way. I don't know which way it lays, whether it lays... it's going to lay that way or it's going to lay that way. I've no idea till I drop it in some water. We'll probably try it out in our ponds. But I thought that was a brilliant idea. There's another weird one. It looks like is it made out of somebody's toenail? I don't know what that's made out of, guys. You can see there's a weight there and there. You can use these sea fishing as well, off piers and stuff like that. We've got a couple of old school rod rests. In fact, I'm going to tip them all out. And there, look at this.
Look at that.
That's your sort of person, that, isn't it, Dad?
Have they got numbers on them? So I don't know. Is that 18
grams maybe?
or something like that? Yeah.
Is there a lid on that?
That's
Is there
quite
a weight?
nice. There's a weight on the back here, yeah. So you can cup your ground bait around that, and I like that. There's another one of these lobster pot style. Looks like a mini lobster pot. That one. There's loads of those here.
Cage feeder.
No, there's not cage feeder,
Is it
but
not?
they're not. What I don't understand, they're not open ended.
Yeah.
And they're coated in something. They look like little mini lobster pots, but very, very good. A bunch of... I'll tell you who would like those. A young man down there.
This little fella here.
One of these.
No.
So there's a load of those. I don't even know what they are. Squid. It's like a kids' program, those things. Ghosts or something. Load of wire. That definitely get used. Oh, man. Let's just measure it, right?
Yeah.
Just measure it. Oh, yes. That's what you use that size hook for, 500-pound tiger sharks. It's on a big piece of wire there. I'll take that off, obviously put it on cable. That one, I believe, is a 7699 offset Mustad, probably a Seamaster.
How did you know that?
Because I've done a lot of sharks. Various other feeders, little packets of hooks and stuff like that. There's the old school. If any of you watched one of our recent programs, I think we did hook tie in there, spade end hooks. So he's still got one of those. Always handy for me to have a second one. More to come. Oh gosh, another shark hook. Those are big shark
That
hooks.
is massive. The size of that.
Yeah, it's a big one. I think it's a 14-0. I'd call that a 14-0.
That's for the big sharks.
Certainly bigger than a 12-0. Little crimping tool there. Red gills, they always get used. Another big shark hook here, but this one's on mono. Probably use it for tote. I'd take that off. That's about the size I use for the pool beagle sharks. That when we go pool beagle or thresher shark fishing. A load of we call this a skein in America. They call that a skein. That's probably, I don't know, 10 metres. Nice big thick rubbing leader. They probably, Frank Ballard probably never used it for anything. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Looks like strimmer line, but it's good as a rubbing leader for sharks. There we go. And in this bucket, I reckon that's a dry bucket, don't you, Mike? That would be a dry one.
Like
on a boat.
Canoeing or kayak or something like that.
Dead handy bucket. Load of stuff, load of line there. I've even got some of that shock leader myself. Jigs, jig heads.
That is one hell of a care package you got there.
So, thank you very much, Frank Ballard. That's a real box of goodies, and really, what you would say is totally awesome. Well, another gentleman came up when we were talking about trout and fly fishing. It's Andrew Musselwhite. He ties flies, and he's done some flies for us here as well. I'm going to say that looks like the old chum mixer for carp off the top.
Yeah, there's some little nymphs and everything. There's loads of, a good variety of flies here.
Yeah, there's damsel nymphs there, and that's one called a waif, which is when all else fails, which is basically just a basic hook.
We do use that.
And a couple of other flies there. So they will be used, and hopefully they don't end up in a bush or a tree. Let's hope they end up in a trout somewhere. Well, they will. I can tell by the dressing and the size on those, and we will catch trout on those. So maybe we'll see those featured on one of the TA fishing shows.
Thanks so much, guys, for all those gifts. Really, really nice. Very kind of you. Some of them are almost too good to use.
They are indeed, yeah. And thanks to all those people that took the trouble to come and shake our hands and just tell us how much they enjoy the show. And we'll keep plodding along, making as many films as we can. And if you want to see what it's like at the big one,
yeah, here, we met up with some of our friends there at the big one, just to get the lowdown really, because we're not sort of up with some of the latest gear and things that's out there. So so we use the big one and see some of our friends, and they tell us all what's kind of coming out and things that are advanced, the technology that's advancing. So here's a couple of clips of new things that we haven't seen from some of our friends at the big one.
Come to think of what you told me, don't know what of it was true.
Hi, I'm Tony Kerridge, Tony's Tackle, here at the big one, biggest show in the country. Good day, plenty of people. Just going to show you a rig that we've devised. People call it the Portsmouth Loop Rig. Really good for place. Got a grey grease weasel body with amnesia snoods, and it all clips down by the lead. You get this loop there, but what actually happens, as soon as it hits the water, the lead, the breakaway lead. The impact lead pushes it off, and it comes off. You've got one above and one below, which is good for place. You've got amnesia snoods.
Quite a short rig, Tony, that one, isn't it, for casting?
It's quite a short rig. It casts a long way, because quite often the bigger places seem to be out of the way, but just lately down Langley Point, they're getting them at close range, so you can try free hook rigs, anything. They tend to swim together, so sometimes one of our silly rigs that we do, and the shorter rigs, you can obviously get 3 at a time sometimes.
And what's your
Just never
trace
know.
down here? What is that, £20?
This is £20 amnesia,
And your hook?
and the hook is, it'd be a Kamasan 2. This is not, this is a Kamasan 4, very small hook. We use Kamasan 2s normally because they've got quite big mouths.
So you're talking worm baits for the place, aren't you?
Lugworm's your best bet. A lot of people try other things. I'm sure that lug is the #1 bait, without a doubt, in most places. When you go down towards Hailing Island, a bit of ragworm can be good. It's just different areas, but in general, and there's a lot of place at Langley Point, but what I've been doing a bit of research on them, and they tend to like clear water, and where Langley Point's been let down lately is you've got the water's been dirty for quite a long while, and we're waiting, and then as soon as it's clear, I'm at the big one, so I can't go down there and catch any.
Always
but I would
away.
imagine they catch a few this weekend. It's really good.
Okay.
And they're up to £3.5.
Oh,
there
good
was a
size,
£3.5
big place
weighed
then,
in
yeah.
last week, £3.3. There's a lot of smaller ones, but there's some good ones amongst them. One goes onto the lead. It's so much easier to do
It's
on the rod.
easier with the rod, because you've got
Simple.
tension on the
it's
line,
very
haven't you?
difficult here because I'm trying to hold two
Yeah,
things
you've
at
got
once.
tension with the rod, I know what you're
But that
saying.
will come onto the lead there, on the impact lead. Gives you the loop. Don't worry about the loop, it will not tangle, believe me.
Really?
No, never.
'Cause
Never
most
tangles.
people will want that tight,
Sometimes
wouldn't
when
they?
you're reeling it's tangled, believe me, it don't tangle when you cast out.
And what
Okay.
about these leads? Tell us about that lead.
These leads, impact leads, breakaway, but the luminous ones, I don't know whether they attract or not, but the good thing about them, they've got thinner wires, so when you're fishing somewhere like Langley Point, you're more liable to get it out than with the 6 ounce with a heavier wire. You
Yes.
lose leads, you lose tackle, it gets annoying. But with this, they'll come out most of the time quite easily.
And
you
that's
can
what it's
set them
about,
as well.
terminal rigs, isn't it? For guys, beginners starting, I mean, that's what it's all about, is
That's
the,
right, yeah.
the bait which they get from your shop down there.
Yeah, we
and the
sell
rigs
them.
as well, you sell a variety of rigs, don't you?
Right, so we're on 165 here at the big one, top of Manalure division. Just going to show you a few of the products that have been going well for us this weekend. So we do the Western Shad tees here. As you can see from the display, it's been hit rather hard over the last 24 hours. These ones here, the little 9cm shad tees, massively popular with the perch guys. They come in an array of colours, very popular, going right through to the 16cm there. Obviously we're doing these in the 3 different sizes that I mentioned. So you've got the 9, you've got the going on to the next size up here, which is the 12, and then the 16cm. These natural colours have proved mega popular, more so than the more in-your-face bright colours, but they all work on their day. Fantastic lures. As ever, we do very well with our creature bait style lures. The Heracles Rugby Craws, these new Fish Arrow Flash J Craws, fantastic lures. We had to top these up this morning, sold loads yesterday. Then moving back on to some of the bigger swim baits, Daiwa Pro Rex. Daiwa have got a stand here, so obviously people have been buying these. ZPI for customising your reels, whether it be fixed spool or bait casting, even down to the internals. You can actually improve the performance of your reels by upgrading these your bearings in your reels here. So we're quite well known for catering for people with the bait casting tackle, you know, and it's becoming very popular in the UK now. So this is a couple of the rods that I brought to the show. This is our most popular one that I've got here, the Crazy Bass. This one's particularly popular. It's a good length, good casting weight. People that want to fish with the creature baits that I was talking about a while ago. Fantastic little rod and affordable, $84.99, so it's a sensibly priced rod. At the other end of the spectrum, as I say, we do the entry level right through to this being at the top end. This is a Mega Bass Destroyer, actually a limited edition model, and these retail around £500. So, you know, anything, you know, we cater for everybody, so whatever your budget, we can help you out. Right, so this is our reel display, as you can see, and again we try and cater for all disciplines, anywhere from your traditional fixed spool spinning reels. Those include some of the new highly spec Daiwa kind of entry level light and tough range, These are fantastic value. These retail at around £60 and have got all of the latest Iowa tech in them. And then going on to bait casting, our best-selling Shimano Kanan. I think you got one of these, Mike.
Yeah.
Great if you're getting into bait casting. Good brakes. Obviously, if you're getting into it, you don't want something that's going to be causing you masses of problems with overruns. Things like the Conquest, the Aldebaran, which are at the higher end of things. And then we've even done up a couple of special ones for the show here. This is actually the Kanan that I've just showed you, but we've actually had it hydro dipped in this rust finish, and then we've added some of the ZPI custom parts just to make something a little bit different for our display.
I'm Danny Parkins from Costa del Mar. I'm here working at the topper stand at the big one. And I'm literally just going to talk to you guys about sunglasses. Yes, they look brilliant, they look really, really cool, but there are meanings behind the different lens styles and the different shapes. I have in my hand here 3 different styles. We have a green mirror, a silver sunrise, which is effectively yellow, and we have silver mirror, which is on an amber base. Now, people talk to us on the stands and they look at these glasses and think they look really, really cool. They don't necessarily know that each one of these lenses has a specific design. And so the green mirror were designed for sight fishing, like the flats in Florida, but ideally perfect for clear waters where you're going to be seeing fish or following fish, or even feature finding on the bottom. And that's how I wear them. Finding the features, reading the water. Really, really important. A really, really nice all-round UK lens. Below that is silver sunrise. Now this supersedes the original yellow lenses that you see. So it is the yellow lens, the traditional polarized lens that you see, but with a silver mirror over the top. Now this is fantastic for early mornings and late evenings. But on top of that, it is a really good all-round lens for here in the UK where we don't necessarily have the best weather all the time. Great again for fish spotting, highlights the colours, but enables you to wear glasses a bit longer than you would the darker frames. Last but not least, got the silver mirrors. Now the silver mirrors, although very similar to the green, they kind of accentuate the blues and the greens a bit more. Now this is on a grey base. We also do a silver mirror on an amber base, and it's a lot more about depth perception. Now and these will give you a kind of a matte polarization across the full field, but enable you to see weed beds, the greens, the blues. But rather than you seeing into the water and just seeing a matte kind of colour, you can it gives you almost the layers. And I've heard people say it's almost like looking through the water into HD, and that's what it is. And without putting on a pair of Costas, you really need to try them on to really appreciate it. It's all different styles, each size, they're all a different size. One for everyone, through to youth, right the way through to like XLs for people that have large heads. A bit of everything, and well worth checking out. If you're ever at one of the consumer shows, come over and say hello to myself. We'll happily let you try them on, and you can check them out. You're guaranteed to love them. One of the key points of Costa del Mar glasses, and not a lot of people realise, are that our glasses are lifetime warranty on manufacturer's faults. So if you have a lens pop out or a C fall out or the frames fail on you or they delaminate on the soft rubber, obviously contact us here at Costa del Mar and we can happily discuss with you the replacements. But lifetime guarantee on manufacturer's parts, which is kind of exclusive in the industry. So again, just a testament to our quality and our enthusiasm and pride in our product. So well worth checking out.
Well, plenty of tackle there for anybody should they want to see what's new on the market or even want to buy something. What we did learn though were people asking, are you doing the clothing? Because we used to do the clothing. Well, we still do the clothing, like the T-shirts. Yeah. And of course, people ask about, what's that hat? Well, it's my lucky hat. It's the awesome hat. I wear it as much as I can. And I am superstitious a bit. Yeah. I've got about 3 lucky hats. And at the moment, because I was catfishing last night, doing yesterday afternoon catfishing, I got 3. Trying to keep the cap on all the time if I can.
That's probably we get asked a lot about Dad's hat and just general TA fishing clothing, but the hat is definitely something we get asked the most about. If you are interested, we do have TA fishing clothing available for guys across the pond as well and in Europe. If you're interested in TA fishing clothing, I will put a link in the description, the video description under the show more. And I'll even put a link to Dad's hat for you so you can go straight to the page if you're interested in getting one of the awesome caps.
Get yourself a lucky cap, but don't send it back if you don't catch anything. So don't forget to watch Mike's TA Outdoors, which is going off the scale at the moment with subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. You've got to do that bell thing as well.
You've got to tick the bell if you can, and that way you'll definitely get notified whenever we upload a video, which TA Fishing is usually every week. But you just in case you don't see our videos come through on your email subscription or your phone notifications, just tick the little bell icon which is next to subscribe.
And if you don't think this hat is lucky, just watch this. It's somebody else who likes it. You like your hat?
Give me that.
gone for good. Oh well, I'll have to go and buy another one now. Give me that hat. I won't hurt you. I promise. As a good boy.
Go Jax!
Give me that hat. Give me a good boy. Here's a good boy. Would you like a biscuit?